right, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey, welcome to the weekend. It's here and it is hot down here in North Alabama. Anyways, I don't know if y'all have seen the past few videos, but I've been kind of showing y'all a project I've been working on, and I got it done. So this boat right here, it's a baby. It is not a big one at all. It is a 1036 Weldcraft. Everything's welded in it. The boat hull is actually in really good shape. I mean, really, there's no dents or nothing. So anyways, to pick this thing up, I was going to get it running, see what I could do with it. It's got a 1975 15 horse Johnson. That's really all it had with it. Came with that seat and a little trolling motor, but hadn't got the trolling motor on here. Not sure they want to put it on here right now. Maybe a little bit. If anything, I'd have to get a battery for it. But really, I'm saying this project is done. So I carried the boat out this morning. I'll show y'all some videos of that here at the end, but it went really good. The boat ran good. You know, again, I've did this several times, fixed up old boats, got them running. But I will say, this 1975 model Johnson was by far the hardest one I've had to get running. So for starters, the engine wasn't getting any fire. And you know, I kind of looked at everything, looked at the coils, changed spark plugs out. Anyways, again, you know, if y'all seen the other ones, had to pull the flywheel off, and this is an old style ignition right here, so it's got points under there. So I pulled the points off. They were stuck, just gummed up. This motor had been sitting so long. Cleaned them up with some sandpaper, and I got the gap set correctly. On the gap on the 1975 model, 1975 model Johnson is 20 thousandths on the points. So anyways, got that done. That actually did get it firing. I got the motor to hit. So anyways, the next thing was the fuel. The fuel, I got ordered this thing right here. This gas can, it's like a 3-gallon gas can. Got it and the bulb and all off of Amazon, I think for like 60 bucks before shipping and tax. But anyways, got that, got fuel to the motor, and then the fuel pump was leaking. So that fuel pump right there, it was just pouring out fuel. It was bad. So anyways, I got on there and ordered one off Amazon, and I cross-referenced part numbers, but they wouldn't get that camera straight for you. But the fuel pump wasn't the same. You know, I guess that's kind of one of them things when, you know, you try to buy one a little cheaper and they say it's the same and it's not. But anyways, it wasn't the same. It wasn't going to fit. It was actually thicker. You know, it stuck out further from the block right there. So I ended up taking the old one apart and putting the diaphragms and springs and everything out of the new one into that, and it has actually worked pretty good. So kind of taught me a little bit on how to do that. I actually found the video on YouTube, surprise, surprise, which y'all know as well as I do. Everything's on there. If you think you got a good idea for a how-to video, chances are somebody's already done it. But this guy, he explained how to take it apart, put it together really good. So I did that. Anyways, I got it where fuel was getting to the carburetor. It would hit, run for a second, wouldn't do nothing. So anyways, ended up having to rebuild the carb, and that got it to running good. I had some issues with the fuel pump, so all the outboards I've ever dealt with that I can remember, I think I might have had an older Johnson when I was like 16, 17, but it's been so long I can't remember. You know, it's been 25 years. But anyways, this thing it wouldn't want to spit water out of the exhaust port. So right here, I don't know if y'all can see that. On these old motors right here, they don't pee out the bottom cowl. So the water pump actually sends water up through the engine, back down to the foot, and then up through this hole. So that's the only place you're going to see it spitting water at. So anyways, it wasn't wanting to do that. I was having a tough time with it. I was really kind of leery of getting it running real good with it not peeing, because I didn't want to burn the motor up, right? So anyways, I put it on earmuffs, wasn't getting nothing, and struggled with it. And honestly, I watched all the videos, and I was like, well, I'm going to have to get that camera back working. I'm going to have to you know, maybe pull the power head off, you know. Didn't want to do that, so I got to reading, and anyways, so I was like, well, maybe I need to check the thermostat, see if that's got something to do with it. And I showed y'all the thermostat. It's not very big, but anyways, it's right behind this cover. So pulled that cover off. Thermostat didn't look horrible, didn't look good. Replaced the thermostat, put a new gasket on there. As another 40 bucks is putting into it. Anyways, it still wasn't wanting to spit water out that exhaust hole right there. So anyways, I was talking to some guys at work, and buddy at work, he's got a guy he knows real well that's a mechanic, like a legit mechanic. You can tell it's pretty interesting talking to him. You can tell he'd been there, done that. He had, you know, he's probably worked on more Yamahas and Mercuries than I've ever seen. You know, just looking at his work area, I got to ride over to his shop where he works out of, and I mean, it was really impressive. I could sit there and pick that dude's brain for a month. But anyways, he told me, he said, hey, you know, sometimes you need to take them off the muffs, put them in a tub of water, and, you know, can't remember exactly what he called it, but, you know, just the more of the water pressure, it'll make them where they pee better, and it could just be as simple as something like that. So anyways, I went and bought a round tub, just like a $12 one from Lowe's. I stuck the bottom part of the foot in there yesterday, and it still wasn't doing it. So I was kind of, you know, I was about to pull the power head off. Honestly, I kind of circled up on it and was getting ready to do it. But anyways, I went and got one of the big, like, brute garbage cans I got out back here, and I put the engine up on sawhorses, and I stuck the water down, or the engine down, in that full garbage can of water, and got it running good. You know, of course, I got the carburetor rebuilt and all, but anyways, got it running good, and then it started peeing. So that made me feel a lot better. So anyways, that's kind of the end of the motor, that right there. Also, I did change out the water impeller. I did that right the first. And yesterday, before I stuck it down in that drum again, after I checked the water impeller again to make sure I did it right, I changed the foot oil. So anyways, it's a good running motor. I did get out there and it cranked pretty good this morning at the creek. I will say it went dead one time and had to get a little ugly talking to it to get it back running. I pulled on it a few times, but that's just the way it goes. I'm gonna keep messing with it, see if I can get it to run a little better. So this 15 horsepower Johnson on this 1036 right here, huge boat, right? That's a joke. But anyways, it is pretty wide actually. But anyways, I was able to get 19 miles per hour out of it. I tried adjusting the stop, you know, for the trim on the motors, just got a manual stop pin. I tried adjusting with that a little and actually made the miles per hour drop. So anyways, maybe if I got out there and messed with it again, I might could get more than 19, but believe it or not, I think 19 miles an hour in this boat is plenty. So anyways, it's definitely moving down the water. It'd trim up, you know, or it'd pull the nose up out of the water when it's taking off. So, you know, I could slow down and handle waves pretty good actually from people passing by. But y'all will see some of that and some of this footage I'm going to put in here, tie in together. But anyways, that's that. It's another project done. I'm going to sell this hull right here. I'm not going to keep it. It's just a little bit smaller than what I want, especially, you know, going from this to this, you know, up in creeks and stuff. I really rather have like a 14 footer. So I'm going to sell this hull, just try to get my money back out of it. Probably be a perfect one for somebody. I know it's in perfect shape. So do that. And I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for like a 1436 or something like that. Just old beater boat I can tinker around with and put that motor on it. I got so much money in that motor now, I'd be upside down if I tried to sell it, and I don't think anybody's going to want to spend an arm and a leg on a 1975 model Johnson two-stroke. But anyways, old motor, you know, if you ever get a chance to buy one at a good price, I will say I would not overpay for, I'll have to mess with that later, it's whooping me. I would not overpay for old Johnson, but you know, they're good motors and I know how to work on it now. But anyways, again, that's that. I'm going to show y'all the video, and hopefully y'all like it. Check it out. All right, so here it is. We out here on the boat. We running it. Got my brother-in-law and Mason out here on their boat. We're going to do a little creek riding and see how this thing does. So stick around. Maybe it'll not have to get towed back by the creek slayer. Anyways, let's go ride some. Okay, so we are riding around back here on Crooked Creek on Smith Lake. Kind of grew up around here, fishing this creek a little bit. But brother-in-law, they stay down here, and he's going to show me around a little bit. So I ain't got no fishing rods today, but we're going to get out and enjoy this. Hopefully it'll be an uneventful trip. I did borrow a rope from him in case I need to tow it back, but this area is really grown up now, but it's still a beautiful creek. I got a buddy, he catches a lot of flatheads down here on limb lines, but I thought about catfishing down here before, but I never have. Anyways, let's ride some more. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I know I did. It's fun getting out on the creek this morning. Appreciate my brother-in-law, my nephew, them helping me drag this thing in now the back of the truck into the water. It was fun. Did good. Can't complain a bit. But anyways, the channel's doing good. I want to tell y'all thank you again. I know y'all been watching a lot. I've been getting a lot of views, a lot of view hours. I'm right at 800. I've kind of hit it and then lost a couple subscribers. That happens. But anyways, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all are the ones that make me keep doing it. And appreciate y'all telling your friends, co-workers, stuff like that. But anyways, y'all have a good weekend. Y'all get out there and do a little catfishing. I hope to get out there and do some catfishing, catch some catfish. That's kind of been the problem here lately. But anyways, y'all have a great weekend, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.